I have one question for you. Who is going to bring the fun?
You're in the honky tonk with Todd, the Data Cowboy.
This is Todd, aka Todd, the Data Cowboy. Martha at Stompin at the Bit asked me to do a confessions of a line dancer, so here I am, gonna give my confession. And I did get to dance with Megan up in Maryland at the Dirty Boots Fest 2023 last weekend. So Martha and Megan have Stompin at the Bit. I went to their very first event they did last year. It was an incredible event in Gettysburg, and they're going to do their second annual event here. You can see October 2020 to 22nd this year in Gettysburg again. So it's going to be an awesome event with Mark Polino and Rob Hawley and Hannah Rice and Steve and Laura. They put on a great show. It's great for all levels of dancers, so I'm super excited about it. But anyway, here's my confession. They want me to tell you how I started line dancing. So I grew up in Nebraska. In my 20s, I started doing some dancing at a place called Guitars and Cadillacs, which was a refurbished old movie theater. So it kind of had a sloping down into the main stage. It was the old Douglas Theater on O Street, and they converted it into a honky tonk. So that's where I started learning dancing, but I really didn't learn a whole lot when I was there. I learned basic two-step. I learned stationary cha-cha. I learned two line dances. The only ones I remember from back then were the watermelon crawl, which was the first line dance I ever learned, and the electric slide. So didn't learn a whole lot. Really didn't dance in my 20s and 30s much. And then I moved up to Connecticut, and I lived there for about 4 or 5 years. And I was walking down Sono in Norwalk, Connecticut, and there was a place called Johnny Utah's, and I looked in there, and they were doing some line dancing. So I'm like, hey, I've done line dancing before. I go in there, and I met a gentleman by the name of Cowboy Ron Moon, who's incredible, and I've learned pretty much almost 80% of my dances that I know I've learned from Ron over the last 4 or 5 years. So I started dancing there. I loved it. I went every single week. And then he said, hey, you ought to go check out Cadillac Ranch up in Southington, which was about an hour away from Norwalk. So I started driving up there on the weekends, on Friday nights or Saturday nights when I could. And from there, it just took off. I loved it, everything about it. And so that's when I really started dancing. So really most of my dancing I've done in the last 4 or 5 years. What do I like about line dancing? There is nothing I don't like about line dancing. I love it all. The people are absolutely incredible. I've met some of my best friends in the entire world through line dancing. It's like a family. Everywhere I go, I have my ranch family up in Connecticut. I have my family here in Virginia at the Loudon Kitchen and Line Dance for You, Danielle and Jacqueline and Freedom and everybody there. Just everywhere I go, I make new friends, and it's like a family. So you go in, you hug everybody, you have a great time, you learn everything in the line dancing. It's incredible. I burn a massive amount of calories line dancing. One night I'll burn 1,000, 1,500 calories. Last weekend I danced 2 different places on all day Saturday for 7 hours. I burned like 2,500 calories. So you burn a lot of calories. It's great physically, it's great mentally. Thinking through the dances, it gets you away from any kind of stress you have in your life. It's just everything about line dancing is phenomenal. So I love it. What my favorite dances are, or my favorite dance is impossible to pick one dance. I probably have 20 or 30 favorite dances. I would say right now one of my favorite dances is Toxic by Brianna Faith out in California. I actually got to see her out at the Edge event, which was phenomenal. The Sphinx is probably the most difficult one that I really love right now. That's by Rebecca Lee. And then she also, there's like 4 choreographers on that. So Roy and Fiona helped on that one, and Simon Ward also. So 4 choreographers for the Sphinx. Incredible dance, 128 count phrase dance, but it's super, super fun. What else do I like? Oh, Sounds like something I do, which was the finals out in California at the Edge. That's by Adia Nuno. She actually put that entire event on. So that was the finals for the line dancing competition. My sister and I love that dance. We dance that. We're bringing it to Virginia to dance out here. So super fun. And then some of the classics I love. By Dan Albro, Day of the Dead. That's one of my all-time favorites. I also do MOVE Move. Moneymaker is a super fun dance. That's by Cody Flowers, and he also has another one called Shake Your Cake, which is super fun. And then High Class is one of my all-time favorites as well. So there's just so many dances I just absolutely love. And that is it. Anything I can do line dancing, I will definitely do. I've joined forces with about 16 other choreographers, dancers. I'm just a dancer, but choreographers, instructors. We built a line dance app called Bring the Fun. So that's what I love to do now. Everywhere I go, I'm there to bring the fun, and I tell people to bring the fun everywhere they go. So it's a way for everybody to track all their dances. You can pick up, understand what the dances are. You can see all the step sheets and everything on it. So it's taken off like crazy. We just launched it a couple months ago. So super excited about that, and just gives me one more great thing to love about line dancing. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.